Hello, and back again just to let you know that we are on our descent into Detroit, and we're fixing to cross a waypoint called Polar at 12,000 feet. And then from there we'll continue southeast a little bit, and then we'll be turning east to intercept the localizer and glide slope for runway 22 right. The winds in Detroit are still kind of bad. Winds right now are 240 degrees at 16 knots, gusting to 24. So we're going to have a left to right, actually a right to left wind. It says visibility is 9 miles with scattered clouds at 4,000 feet. So it should be, well, it won't be completely obscured, but it could be a very interesting arrival for us. Reducing our speed now to 250 knots. And we're starting our way down again to a waypoint called Scooby. And from there we will be turning towards the east to line up for the approach, for the runway arrival at Detroit. They're landing, like I said earlier, in southeasterly direction. So we're landing on runway 22 right. The skies still make it a little bit bright. I don't know if I can darken it or not. I think I'll just leave it for now. We should be okay. Try to leave those settings for a while. That should darken it a little bit. Maybe that'll help. We're now descending to let's see. We're now descending to 6,000 feet. I'm reducing to 230 knots. Maybe that picture's a little bit better now. It's a little bit darker, but I think hopefully it'll be a little better to see some of the contrast. If this works, then I'll leave it at this setting now for a while. See, we're crossing a small airport to our lower right. Right down the bottom of the screen here, we're crossing an airport. I'm not sure what that is. It could be Waterford, maybe. And then Pontiac, Michigan should be straight ahead of us, not very far. That should be Pontiac straight ahead of us, where you might see the should be Pontiac right here in front of us, possibly. And Detroit Airport will be over here in this area. Can't see it yet, so we'll wait till we can. We're at 6,700 now, and at 6,000 we'll meet our next waypoint, and then we should be turning just a bit to the right, and then finally to the right once we get the we lock on to the localizer, and then ultimately the glide slope as we descend to 3,000 feet, which will be our final altitude before we to intercept the flight. The glide slope will be 3,000 feet. That would be about 17 miles out from the airport. Now we're turning just a little bit to the right, and we should be now going down to 4,000 feet. And at 4,000 feet, we will be turning to a pretty hard right, which will set us up with the localizer and the glide slope for the airport, which should be over here, someplace. We're going to reduce our speed to 210 knots now, and going to set some flaps. We're going way, way, way too fast. So I'm going to try and slow us down here. And we should now be turning into the airport. And we should be picking up the localizer pretty soon here. Looks like we're about ready to settle in on the localizer. The airport should be to our front, just a little bit on the right side of the middle screen, and then we'll be turning into it shortly. Where we'll be descending to 3,000 feet. Can't quite see the airport yet, but it should be right up in here someplace, huh? Let's see if I can find it here. No, don't see it yet, but it won't be much longer. It should be in view. Now we'll be leveling off at 3,000 to capture the glide slope and then take us on into the airport. Looks like that's the airport right in front of us. If you just take a look there, that looks like the runway we'll be landing on right there. You can see because of the winds, we're kind of cockeyed here a little bit, but that's the runway. So we're waiting now for to pick up the glide slope and get back to it here. I think we're just passed over, looks like I-694 maybe. I-94 is ahead of us. That's right at the edge of the airport. I don't know if you can see any of the traffic on the roads here. Don't see much traffic down there. I guess there is there. If we look real close, I guess there's some cars there on the highway. Oop. There's a few cars there on the highway as we pass over it. And this particular flight to Detroit is part one of a flight to Manchester, I believe, Vermont. Or when we leave here, we'll be going over there. So this is the first of two legs. That's Dearborn off on our left, Taylor to our left front. And of course the airport's coming up. We're starting to get just about ready to capture the glide slope. And we're on the glide slope now. Slows down to 180 knots before I turn off the throttle. And we should get the call out. Notice the Bassy lights again that are on. Notice we're 2 red and 2 white, which means we're on the glide slope the way we should be. And we should be getting a 1,000-foot warning here in a couple of minutes, or less than a couple of minutes. Airport altitude is 645. We just passed 2,000 feet. So in about 400 feet or 300 feet, we should get our 1,000-foot warning. At which time I'll cut the throttle and try to slow the airplane down Showing here now our minimum landing speed should be 141 knots because of the crosswind, because of the winds. So we'll want to keep our speed up anyway till we get down on the ground. I'm going to cut the auto throttle now.
Left check. Here. Auto check. Auto check. Laps. 50 degrees. Spotters. Auto brakes.
See the two balloons off on the right side of the screen. I hope they don't get in front of the runway before we do. I don't think they're traveling quite as fast as we are. We're still on the glide slope. Everything's as it should be right now. Showing 161 knots right now. We should be pretty good for the landing. Oh, we're slowing down to 157. We'll try to hold that a little bit. Autopilot's off. There go those balloons right beside us. That was kind of close, wasn't it?
400. Approaching minimums. Minimum. Take rate. Take rate. Take rate. Take rate. 50. Take rate. Take rate. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, that wasn't very nice. That wasn't very nice, was it? Oh, we had everybody scared on that one. I don't know if I'll show this video or not. What happens when you get those winds on the surface and they hit you at the last minute? It's almost too late. Similar to what happened in Prince George the other day when I knew I had low visibility, but it hit so late that it kind of surprised me. This one, the same thing with the winds. I was trying to adjust the speed. The winds came up and it really messed with me. I guess it would help if we watch out where we're going, huh? And we should be landing at, or parking at about, well, A12, which should be the 1, 2, 3, 4th gate, 4th to 5th gate. 1, 2, 3, 4. So get into the 4th gate in on the side. Probably right beside that other Delta 737 that's there. That looks like 6, 8, 10. Looks like he's at 10, so we'll be parking next to him. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We'll be at the next one just past that Delta that's parked over there. Should be that one right. That should be our gate right there. Almost straight in from this point, I think. And it looks like we made the gate. So we'll cut this video and hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you the next time. So I'll get this off and I'll do my housekeeping chores here with the video.